Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 214, Writer Qualifications. A couple years ago, I wouldn't be able to put this slide together, but today I can. I know a lot of people in the industry, very successful people who aren't so successful, and it's all good. What are the writer qualifications? What is that silver bullet that puts somebody ahead of somebody else? You hear me always talking about writing a great story. First and foremost, you have to write a great story. Even if you can't sell it right away, you can always sell a great story. Try later, different promotions, different branding on yourself, different blurbs, different things like that. But if the story is solid, you should always be able to sell it. How do you get there? What are those writer qualifications you need in order to generate that great story? I think all writers start off as readers. You read a lot, reading, especially in your genre. How does that transfer over to the written word? Well, you go to school for it, a degree. What about an MFA, Master in Fine Arts? A lot of people will cast shade on folks with MFAs. Hey, you learn to write one poetry book every 2 years, and you shouldn't be surprised that you can't get a job with that. My wife is a professor at the university, and the university should teach you critical thinking. Part of that MFA is you examine different writing styles, you look at it. If your professor is trying to drive you in one direction, think about that critically. What does that direction take you in regards to book sales, especially if you want to be the lone stranger and you want to make a living from your writing? Your writing has to resonate with the largest audience possible. We do that through self-publishing. We do that through marketing to find our audiences. We build our own audiences, all good stuff. The MFA, if it's only teaching you to write this kind of poetry, if that's what you love, great. Just understand that there may not be a monetary end game as a result of this degree, but you're looking at the way people write and critically. This is the big lesson to take away. And then you shape your goal. If your goal is you want to make money and you want to make a living, then you got to look where the audiences are. What about a tech school? Is there a tech school for writing? School of Hard Knocks? I don't know if there is, and I don't think so. But this is where writing retreats and group get-togethers and various elements. There are some paid programs, and I don't know of any that I would personally endorse that is, hey, if you go here, they will teach you to write better. I can guarantee you're going to learn to write better no matter where you go or what you look at, unless a person, and look at this is look at the instructor's qualifications. Do they write just one thing very narrowly? If you want to learn to write like them, great, take their stuff. But if you want to just learn generically to write better and learn about the audiences, you got to look at who's teaching that course. Because if I taught a course, it'd be like, here's dialogue, here's some action sequences, but I wouldn't be able to teach you how to write a good romance, how to write a good thriller, how to write a good anything, except here's my very narrow part of what I write. So I don't do that. I don't do craft seminars because it's not my thing. It's not the right thing for you. You have to determine that. So what about a mentor? Once again, look at who that person is. If somebody is willing to take you under their wing, and you have to establish that relationship first. You can't just say, hey, I'm going to mentor somebody, or I need a mentor. I would like Jim Butcher to mentor me. Yeah, nice. No. If you know him and you've done these things and he agrees because he's seen some of your writing, that's a completely different story, and that's the right mentor relationship, but not everybody gets that, right? There's only one person. There's only one Jim Butcher, and he only has so much time. Developmental editors, hey, you pay them a pretty penny to go through your manuscript, and they're going to teach you the things about what a reader should be taking away from your story and how the current shape of it doesn't deliver on that. So this is development. You have to take those with a grain of salt and be very specific in what you're looking for. And then your developmental editor, that's a relationship to help you write the story better. And that's all the elements of the story. It's not copy editing. It's not line editing. None of that. It's the story elements. How does this shape for your desired readership? What about awards? Do they say anything about how well you write? Jillysnoggle's best books, honorable mention. People put that around and stuff like that. And I'm not belittling that, but who knows anything about Jillysnoggle? And who knows her taste in books? I don't. Most people don't. They look at it. It's very facade-ish. It's superficial. Unless people really know it, and that's a very, very small subset of a subset. You want a bigger group than that. So I'm not a big fan of that, because that isn't a testament. The readers, they're the testament that you're writing well. Writing retreats, reading vacations, read more, and then shape, practice. Nothing like practice. So the bottom line is all, some, or none. Whatever works for you. This is your journey and it's your writing. Everyone has different needs with their writing. So a singular program, an MFA, and you got to look at the university. They may teach you a Dickens style literature or Tolstoy or something, and you're very focused on that. But if you want to make a living writing fiction, an MFA may not be your best bet. There are a lot of MFAs who make a lot of money out there writing fiction. So they did learn something, right? See which school they went to and go to that program. As long as you keep getting better, and better is a relative element. I don't think most people will be able to write their magnum opus in the first round, in their first book ever. So just understand that writing is going to be a long-term endeavor. If you're in it for the long game, just keep getting feedback from people you respect, and keep trying to do better by your readers. Your readers will tell you. And this is one thing, my latest book, I thought it was only okay. I got 100 reviews in 5 days, which is the fastest I've ever gotten that many reviews. So yeah, must have done something right. So I'm going to go back and look, what did I do right? Let me do more of that, and even more of that, more of that. All right, that's enough. 7 minutes. Holy cow, my 5-minute focuses are out of control. Anyway, do what's right for you, because it's your journey, it's your book, and it's your words. And the readers, they're the final determinant, because they're the ones who are going to pay your salary when you do it right. Peace, fellow humans. Oops.